its enrichment program. Is it continuing now, or has the damage been so severe that it is all stopped?
It is now stopped because, yes, damages are serious and severe. But obviously, we cannot give up our enrichment because it is
I'm sorry, what? What? Iran, I want you to think about this. The United States of America and Israel bombed the living hell out of you. We destroyed your most secretive underground layer. Dr. Evil would have been pissed off. And you just sat there on U.S. national TV and said you're not going to give up enrichment. Did I hear that right? Is that the Iranian foreign minister literally just said that? Hold on, wait, let's rewind that. Hold on.
But obviously, we cannot give up our enrichment because it is an achievement of our own scientists. And now, more than that...
Yep, gotta stop you again. It's not an achievement of your own scientists. As a matter of fact, the only reason you have one facility open inside of Iran right now is because you had Russian nuclear scientists there helping you out. And Netanyahu promised Vladimir Putin that he wouldn't blow the hell out of it because there were still, about 200 Russian scientists teaching you guys how to do it.
It is a question of national pride. Our enrichment is so dear to us.
Reconstitute its enrichment program.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Speak the Truth podcast. It is. I see you guys in there. Happy birthday. I know. Hey, today is the one day out of the year that it actually is my birthday. And boy, did we get a good birthday present today. We actually have a ceasefire reached over inside Syria. And we got confirmation by the Iranian foreign minister on national TV that he wants to continue to enrich uranium. So good news. We get to continue to blast the crap out of Iran. Now, I was talking about Iran this morning, and I was stating that despite all of the bombings and everything that have taken place, and they are continuing to enrich uranium, that there has been numerous locations that have continued to explode around Iran over the last month. It seems like it's almost a daily basis over there that things are exploding. And a new drone facility ended up getting discovered. There was nobody inside of it, luckily this time. So we've got, that to be thankful for, right? Nobody was inside of there, so the place didn't get busted, but Iran was able to find a bunch of drone parts and everything else. And this is like the second or third one, I think, that I'm tracking so far. And they're just kicking Afghans out of the country left and right. And it looks like they might have even pressured the UAE to kick Afghans out of there. What I just got told yesterday is that they have till the end of the month, or they're going to send them back to Afghanistan to go get tried by the Taliban. All the members of that came from Afghanistan that are currently living in the UAE, well, those are the people that are there on asylum that were working for the United States government, have fled the country so they get murdered. And for some reason, the UAE just reversed their entire role and said, you know what, you guys got to go back to Afghanistan to go get murdered by the Taliban or find yourselves another home. Otherwise, we're going to extradite you and you're going to get punished. Blake Deskins becoming a true supporter. Good to have you, man. Oh my goodness, Jewboy21, member of 21 months. Heck yeah, man. Have we been playing these games that long? Holy cow. Yes, sir. Who else we got in here? Blake Deskins becoming a true supporter. Alexander Dudak, been a member for 10 months. Heck yeah, man. And then just all of the birthday wishes pouring through the chat. You guys, I really appreciate it. I really, really do. I had a wonderful birthday. I actually just got done. Some people like cake, some people like ice cream. I wanted milkshakes today. That's what I wanted. I wanted milkshakes. So I went out and I got milkshakes with my kids. Why? Because they're freaking delicious. That's why. And if you don't like milkshakes, particularly ones that are like cookie and cream, there's just something wrong with you. Now, the other thing that I ended up telling you guys this morning was the CBP officer that ended up getting shot up over inside of New York. If you guys are here watching from America or wherever you're at from around the world, CBP officer ended up getting shot over the weekend over inside of New York. He ended up taking a round to the face in this ambush video that we're about to put up on the screen right here, right? And in this ambush video, you actually see the officer get hit. He goes down, and then he ends up taking out the other suspect. Well, both of them have been apprehended, and I'm happy to report to you that both of them happen to be illegal immigrants. Both of them happen to have had criminal charges. Both of them happen to have been let back in the United States of America by the Biden administration. MT coming in says, but Tucker Carlson and the American Firsters said they weren't enriching. They were just making pencils, and we're being meanies. No, he didn't. Did he actually say that? No. Did Tucker Carlson actually say that they weren't enriching? There's no way he's that dumb. The Iranian foreign minister literally said it. Let's run the chat green for Matt's birthday. Yeah, man. Like, get all those freaking, get everybody in there, man. Like, smash the like button, do all those things, man. Just happy to be here, to be perfectly honest with you. Super thankful for you guys. It's on a phone call and got reminded of how thankful I should be for you guys, because you guys quite literally feed my family. You take care of everything. Like, I love you guys. MT, happy birthday. Appreciate that. And C88 coming in, gifting out a Speak the Truth membership. So let's talk about this. You know, for those of you guys that hadn't seen it, you're about to see a CBP officer get ambushed by a couple of illegal aliens here inside the United States they were here illegally inside the United States of America, ambushed them, literally shot the guy, and then he ended up shooting him back. Those little 2 jack wagons down at the bottom, yeah, those are the ones that ended up getting caught. I can't do it, man. I can't do the mindless humming. So there you go. A guy went over to go ambush him. Cop ended up shooting him back. Now, allegedly, that CBP officer ended up taking a bullet to the face, shooting the guy back, and then ended up detaining and apprehending him immediately, following, which is great. Other guy right there that you can see going, crap, I need to get on my bike and get out of here. He ended up getting picked up just a little while ago. So that's good. They're both those suspects have been arrested. So appreciate that. Scuba Greg, holy cow, man. Haven't seen you in forever. Heading to Greece next week, and I have an engagement ring in my pocket. What? She suffered me through this show, so she must be a keeper. Congratulations, bro. Everybody. No, Scuba, you deserve that, man. Dude, if y'all don't know, Scuba Greg was literally listening to this show, like calling it. Dude, when I was doing call-ins, like what, a year and a half ago, you were like calling in being like, hey, man, I'm in a sub, like getting ready to do some diving. And like, dude's literally calling in from submarines. Now he's getting engaged, man. I absolutely love that. Trouble Actual coming in, gifting out 5 Speak the Truth memberships as well. Volk 1410. Happy birthday, Matt. Best wishes to you and the fam. Hope the gifted subs hype train makes your evening even better. Nanner gang. Appreciate that, man. Really, really do. Jim Knox, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Coming from, I can't read it. Arizona. AZ Ironworker. Yeah, Arizona Ironworker. I had that. Happy birthday. Thanks, brother. And AZ Ironworker giving out 5 Speak the Truth memberships. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you guys and all that you do. I really hope I don't miss any of your super chats, but if I do. Now, because it is my birthday, and you guys do know that every now and then I do have a sense of humor, before we get into serious stuff, which is all of the Muslims getting kicked out of like the Druze cities, right? Before we get into that, and before we talk about what's taking place over inside Gaza, because there is like reports of heavy strikes. I had a report of a mass Gaza incident that is completely and totally unconfirmed. I want you guys to know that right now, and it's likely propaganda, but it very well could be part of something else that I heard about, and they're trying to put out a counter narrative. So big news I'm expecting coming out of Gaza sometime in the next 24 hours. I just want you guys to know that. Tom Bone says the channel was started on August 30th, 2021. Yeah, it's wild, man. And I think my first appearance on this channel, because Rob was running it back then, was like December of that year. Christian, happy birthday, Matt. I hope the milkshakes were amazing. I feel like this entire administration does not understand this conflict or radical Islam and are content to keep this out of sight, out of mind. That's 100% correct. I don't think Marco Rubio wants to own up the removal of HTS's designation, brother. I really don't. And I think that they're just kind of, I don't want to say willfully ignorant. They know that radical Islam is the cause of this crap. They know that you can't stop them with just like a peace treaty or anything else. Ceasefire likely isn't going to hold unless Israel steps in or unless somebody from the international community steps in. UN peacekeepers definitely need to get off their butt and get down there quick, fast, and in a hurry. That's just my humble opinion. MT says, not just teasing. He said there's zero credible intelligence to suggest Iran is anywhere near. What? You're kidding. On June 5th, he said that? Oh, my God. Hey, listen, there's somebody out there that's watching right now, and I just want you to know this, that if that's true, I'm going to look that up, and I'm going to rub that in your face the next time I talk to you. I'm just throwing that out there. Thank you, MT, because that ammo you gave me, actually, like, that's going to come in really handy. No credible evidence, he said, that they were building or working towards a nuclear weapon, huh? That's great. Well, I know you're rolling over wherever you're watching me from right now. Sodium X says, we love you, Matt. Michael Veeder coming in, giving out 5 Speak the Truth memberships. Yvonne is here, giving out 5 as well. Heck yeah, Yvonne. Look at that. Tristan Allen, What is up, Matt? Let's celebrate that birthday. I'm opening one for you, brother. Appreciate you. And Isaac Medlin coming in, gifting out 10. Oh my goodness, almost missed Johnny Nobleham. Happy birthday, Matt. I know it's not much, but I am happy to spend money on child support. I have to spend money on child support, so I've got to be smart about my finances. Johnny, you didn't even have to do that, brother. I really do appreciate it, man. It really does mean the world. And believe me, I know. I know how that goes, and it's rough. Tristan E says, happy birthday, Matt. I hope it has been a great one so far. My birthday is Friday, so I'm celebrating this week with you, keeping up the awesome work and truth coming our way. Much love, brother. Thank you, sir. Old Man Wise, happy birthday, man. Escalations. Yeah. Yeah. What was I want to say? Oh, yeah, you're a Cancer, dude. Cancers are awesome. We're the freaking best people on the planet. Isaac Medlin, happy friggin' birthday, Matt. Oh my God. You guys are freaking out of control. Tristan Allen with 5. Huge. Every time I have to say your name, dude. Hugh Janus coming in and gifting out one as well. Okay, so listen, it's my birthday. I gotta think of stuff. It is my birthday, so I decided to show you guys a great birthday clip. And the great birthday clip is this: these people that I'm about to put up on your screen want you to believe that they are starving and that they have to resort to drinking salt water just to keep like themselves moving because they just hate their life. Check this out. Oh, what do you know? They're all wearing press vests. Of course they are. Of course they are. Now, just on face value, as you guys look at this. Just on face value, do you guys think that any of these people in here whatsoever are starving? Just curious. Looking at them. I want you to check out their faces and everything as we move along. You ready? This is them drinking salt water. I need you to feel bad for them. I need you to start feeling bad for these people as they're mixing up their salt water, okay? This is not a staged scene. This is what they do every day. They always go out there in a table in their blue press vests. All right. And they mix salt in water, a buttload of it, and they drink it just like that for the camera, wearing their press vests before they go out reporting on jihad for the day. That's what they do. Before they stage scenes, before they go over and find other like non-starving people and tell you that they're hungry, before they go find fat people that are really, really fat that are delivering food, they have to drink down salt water. Not because they live in a desert and it's freaking hot, not because they live in the Middle East and it's August, because they're starving. And they wanted you to know that, so they put this video together just for you guys. And I wanted to make sure it's like a journalistic duty of mine that we make sure that we share that these people are starving and that they suck at life. Hugh Janus, love you, brother. Love you guys, man. All you guys, man. Oh my goodness. Where'd we go? Oh man, did I get past? Okay, there's Hugh Janus. All right, so MT, you're next. That's shameful. I feel like all the victims of illegal immigration crime should get together for some sort of class action. Yeah, dude, I would think so. Tom Bones, I wish you a happy birthday this morning. Here's another 5 because I know how much how much could milkshakes cost. It's insane. Dude, it was like 10 or 12 bucks for a milkshake. Revola, Tunes. Much love from Germany, Matt and gang. Rob Bertram coming in gifting out 5. Thank you guys. Thank you. Crayola and Beer Fund. I'm not a Marine, man. I don't eat crayons, but I still have kids that probably do, and I love them too, and they're probably watching. 3am Forge, happy birthday, brother. Thank you, 3am. I love you, man. And I still, by the way, use your dang knife to cook with all the dang time. Tristan Allen coming in 5. He says, guys, let's spam the gifted and super chats. Get Matt a good gift from Speak the Truth family. Treat yourself, Matt. Dude, thank you, Tristan. Really do appreciate that. Alexander Dudak coming in, gifting out 10 Speak the Truth memberships. Can I get on with reporting things? You guys just gonna make me sit here and read this entire time. Holy cow. I'm gonna have to like ignore you guys for a hot minute. I swear that, man, you guys just get on some rolls that just don't stop. Just don't stop. Yeah, President Trump, just FYI, so everybody knows, was caught off guard when Israel started dropping bombs on, the HTS fighters, because, yeah, I mean, Marco Rubio loved them so much, he removed their FTO designation, so he was a little bit caught off guard when that happened. Now, ceasefire is holding over inside Syria, just to throw that out there, all right? So the ceasefire is holding up in Suwayda. It really is. And all of the Muslim fighters, whether they be Bedouins, HTS, or random jihadists that came flooding in from Uzbekistan and Turkey and all of these other places, have all pushed outside of Suwayda. So the ceasefire appears to be holding at this time. Bubba P coming in, gifting out 5 Speak the Truth memberships. Yeah, U.S. said that something immediate needs to happen, but we'll see. I don't know if it's going to hold, but let's take you guys over on the ground and show you how happy these people are.
عم نستنى الحكومة على راسي من فوق للساعة 1 إذا طلع اتفاق وخلصوا خلصوا سلموا أسلحتهم وسلموا الجرحى وسلموا القتلى، سلموا ما سلموا ساعة واحدة، يا نيلهم يا نموت موتة واحدة يا ناخذها منهم.
In case you couldn't read that, he said they have until 1 p.m. to turn in all of their weapons, or they're going to go in and slaughter them. Newsflash, and you're going to see it here in just a minute. And if you couldn't tell by the thumbnail, they didn't turn in all their weapons. That didn't happen. So something kept them back. Somebody somewhere stepped in, and somebody told them that they were about to get jacked up if they didn't back off. Sergeant, we like butter, baby, on a roll. That's actually true. I love me some butter rolls. Timothy Harper coming in, just gifting out 10, man. Thank you guys very much. Ceasefire will break soon. Yeah, I believe that. I believe that as well, Brian. Ark coming in, gifting out 699, says, happy birthday, Matt. Thank you, sir. I don't really need to tell you guys this, but it is fragile, right? And they were trading rounds, to the best of my knowledge, when I was live this morning, at least to an extent. And something happened, still not 100% where that's at, all right? But yep, Jelani did come out and say, hey, listen, ceasefire. Now, he was supposed to go down there anyway, so I don't know how Jelani ends up announcing a ceasefire. Yeah, I mean, it stuck. That's all I got to say. There's still thousands of people, like tens of thousands of them, that are stacked up on the outskirts just waiting to go in and kill. There is some reports, you guys are going to see them here in a minute, of these guys getting shipped all the way back up, allegedly, all right, allegedly getting shipped out of the area. Now, those people that you're about to see here in just a minute, they're getting shipped out of the area. Those are Bedouins, supposedly, all right, that HTS is taking care of, or the Syrian government, all right, is taking care of them. Francis G, happy birthday, Matt. Ron W, save the date now, boys. Happy birthday, big sexy. Aw, thanks, Ron. Appreciate you, buddy. Steve-O, ignore this message. Just keep it up. You're doing great. Happy birthday in advance. From one dude to another. No homo. Thank you, Steve-O. Scott Stanton, happy birthday, King Banana. And Airborne Professor, E4 Mafia, Ranger Panty Check. You know what? It is my birthday, and we're going to have some fun tonight, so why not? I'll have you guys know I'm wearing pants. There's your free shorts check, or your pants check. I am wearing pants tonight. So there's your free pants check. I'm wearing pants. And if any of you guys can guess what shoes I'm wearing, I'll be extremely shocked. All right, let's see here. Tristan Allen, keep it up, spam it up. Flying to Syria to eat ham. Dude, you know what's funny? Nate Vance actually wrote me, what was it, like yesterday, the day before, and was like, hey, man, do you know how to get guns if we can make our way into Syria and go start killing these dudes? And I'm like, ooh, Nate, that would be a dream to go over and just start schwacking dudes with you. I actually really, really thought about it. You know, this from BBC, I actually haven't watched yet, but we'll go ahead and give it a watch. Allegedly, oh my goodness, I can't even, I can't. You know what? Screw BBC. I hate them. Not a big fan of BBC anyways. All right. So just to take a look at some of the checkpoints that they had set up outside, allegedly, you know, checkpoints are still holding outside the city with HTS and everybody else. And they're just sitting out there. Now, this is a picture that I ended up using for the thumbnail because, yeah. What was it, yesterday, maybe, or the day before? Like right here in front of this arch that enters into the city of Suwayda, we ended up having just a stack of like Muslim fighters that were pouring in from all around the world that were celebrating and marching and going into the town. And now we have pictures of the Druze Security Council that is literally sitting outside and celebrating. Now, supposedly all the Druze have agreed to the ceasefire, but one particular group, and that's fine. We'll see where it goes. There's 4 of them. All right. But they're all holding tight. Patrick Loudon says, do you think Russia will get back involved with Syria with a lot of these fighters showing their ISIS ties? No, I don't. I really don't. I think Russia still, I know Russia still holds a presence. Let's see here. Get that up. I'm pretty sure last time I checked, Russia still holds, that's Israel, dude. Come on, man. Russia still holds a presence. That's Beirut. Dude, what is wrong with Matt? Russia still holds a presence up over here by Lakia, last I checked, which is right up over here by the ocean. It's that little peninsula-looking thing that sticks out. But other than that, I don't really think that they're going to end up getting involved. And if you want my opinion, I think the only reason they're still holding tight over there is to continue to ship weapons to Hezbollah. Like, I'm just going to be honest with you. All right. Dis Vandinia says, happy birthday. 3 cookies for you. Ooh, I can't eat any cookies right now, man. I'd freaking puke. I really would. Happy birthday, Matt. Have a great day. Engineer Ed, 1951. Thank you, Engineer Ed. Appreciate you. Seriously, guys, I really do appreciate all the birthday wishes you guys are pouring in. It's insane the amount of people that have done it. All right. So outside of Suwayda at Al Zoytan, right, is where some of the groups a little bit earlier today were still kind of clashing, but they ended up kind of going off. But allegedly, there's people that are still holding up outside there. But for the most part, the ceasefire has happened. If you just close your eyes, I want you to guess what side of the fight you're actually listening to. Hey, somebody said that I'm wearing, where did it go? Rocky SV2s. No. And let me tell you something, man. I made the mistake of purchasing those boots before I went to Ranger School and walking through, not even Swamp Phase, but just Darby. And those things soak up and hold so much dang water. I ended up getting trench foot. Not to mention they weigh a freaking ton when you end up walking through water with them. Never. If any of you guys are going to Ranger School, don't ever wear those boots. Don't do it. Pick another boot. Look, everybody, it's a ceasefire. Now, this is what's waiting right outside the city, if you can't tell. Al Zoytan. BBG coming in, gifting out 10 Speak the Truth memberships. Appreciate you, BBG. I can't believe it took me so long to figure out who you were, man. My brain about snapped. You get to pick boots now? Yeah, Justin King, you do. At least when I went through in 2011, so over 13 years ago. And yeah, we got to pick what boots we were bringing with us back then. I mean, they got specs and things like that, and they do have an approved list for you to wear. Last I checked. I mean, I got a buddy that's like a first sergeant down there. I got another buddy, really good buddy of mine that's a chaplain down there that I went through the SFQ course with. Just stellar dude. But yeah, last I checked, yes, you can. You get to pick your boots. Somebody said sounds like a chainsaw starting up. No, those are those little motorcycles like chilling in the back over there. But I want you to look at the sheer number of people that are stacked up outside there. And I want you to understand that there's still like tens of thousands of pissed off Muslims that are waiting on the outside of that city, to the best of my knowledge. And so this situation is still very, very fragile, and it could break at any moment. Now, this guy, I want you guys to listen. This is a little bit longer of an interview, if you will. I'm going to call it an interview, but it's not an interview. It's actually a captured Bedouin fighter, all right, that the Druze are holding on to. Listen to what this man says.
كيفك؟
الحمد لله.
شو اسمك انت؟
قاسم مليان قطعنا.
من وين انت يا قاسم؟
من درعا من اللجان.
طيب شو عم تساوي هون بالسويدان؟
مشان فك اسرى نحن وجايين جهاد.
مين شو جاي تساوي؟
جهاد، عمل الجهاد، الامن العام.
الامن العام، مين اللي فوضك لهون؟
الامن العام.
اعطيني اسماء.
ما بعرف اسماء، بس الامن العام بشكل عام يعني.
طب مين اللي اعطى لك احنا احمل حالك وتعال نفوت على السويدة؟
فوت على السويد مشان في اسرى قال.
ايه مين اعطاك الامر؟ مين اللي قال لك تقوم اطلع معي لحتى نفوت على السويدة؟
الامن العام.
الامن العام، اعطيني اسماء.
ما بعرف من الشيخ ابو عمر بس.
الشيخ ابو عمر، حلو الحكي. انت وين لقطت؟
لقط عند الكازيه.
عند الكازيه، حدا اذاك شيء؟
لا.
حدا ضربك؟
لا.
ابدا، كيف عم يتعامل معك الشباب هون؟
احسن معامله.
احسن معامل. حدا بيضغط عليك شيء لحتى تصور هذا الفيديو شيء؟
لا.
ابدا؟ ها انت عندك حريه كامله تحكي اللي بدك اياه. اذا حدا غلطه معك بكل وجه فيك تحكيها. حدا قرب عليك شيء؟ انا بقول لك انا معطيك الامان من عندي. احكي اللي بدك اياه.
ما حدا ضربنا ولا شيء، بس الامن العام بعد لما شهيد قال عند الكازيه ورجع فوت العشائر، قال لا تضربوا ولا طلقه لحتى تجي الاسرى، هذا الاسرى وخلاص. هيك بفكون خالص. هيك كله بيرجع لدياره.
لدياره. اغلى النعم وين متواجد حاليا؟
برا الكازيه.
شو اسم الكازيه؟
هاي هون
محل ما جبناك. تمام.
So we're going to start here with the fact that somebody, right, the General Security Council, ended up declaring a jihad. So let's start there. For those of you that don't know, jihad meaning holy war. They declared a jihad. They are down there because someone declared a jihad. So again, jihad within itself comes from a specific religion. And I think it's important that the world understands and hears that right now. Tiller, happy birthday, Matt. Do you know any trustworthy UA nonprofits? Yeah, I do, actually. Several. I do. Off the top of my head, I can't think of their names, unfortunately, but there is several. And somebody just, there is several. As a matter of fact, the right person to ask that question to is going to be Texas. So, and if you were going to donate somewhere, I would say to him. A lot of you guys don't know, but Texas ends up well, I'm not going to put Texas's business out there, but I'm going to shoot him a message real quick and ask him for that one. That way I can make sure that I give it a shout out on this show. So thank you for that question. I just want to be able to shoot him that question real quick while we sit here to make sure it ends up getting out there. Now he's probably sleeping over there. So I put that out there so people will be able to get it. James Lewis coming in gifting out 5 Speak the Truth memberships. The only reason I say that is because nonprofits in Ukraine, while they have faded off, there is a lot of them. And like you said, is there a good one? Because there are some that are scams. Airborne Professor says 2011, same year I retired from the PD as lieutenant. E4 PD professor. Hell yeah, buddy. That's what I'm talking about. And I think, Jimmy, I gave you, Jimmy, I gave you credit there. I gave you credit. So, all right, let's keep it rolling. This guy, keep listening.
انت قلت لي انك جاي لهون مشان الاسرى لاني اللي عم فوتك لهون مشان انك انت تاخذوا الاسرى ضلكم وراه رغم هيك انتم ما التزمتوا بالاتفاق وهاجمتوا وضربتوا وحاولتوا تخترقوا الاتفاق وهاجمتوا اكثر من منطقه صح الحكي؟
لا احنا بس وصلونا الكازيه بس قالوا هون لا
الكازيه وين صارت هي؟
المحل ما جابوني
بين الزيتون مش هيك؟ طب حلو الحكي الاسرى بدكم تجيبوا لنا مين الاسرى؟
مو نحن نجيب اسرى الامن العام يجيب لنا الاسرى الدروز وانتم تجيبون الاسرى وخلاص ينفك الحرب.
يعني الامن العام يجيب لكم الاسرى الدروز من وين بده يجيبون؟
من عندهم.
من عندهم؟ بدهم يجيبون لهون يسلمون هون وتاخذوا اسراكم اللي انتم اللي هن عنا هيك؟ طيب لوين وين اخذين انتم الاسرى؟
تبعتنا من عندكم؟
اللي قلنا وين حاطينه؟
من الامن العام عندهم هن ناخذين.
بالشام ولا بدرعا؟
لا بالشام.
الامن العام اخذهم؟ طيب يلا بسيط.
وفي اسرى عند العرب بس.
Hey, everybody. My sister's calling. I'm going to take this call on air because it'd be hilarious.
Happy birthday.
Hey, thanks, sis. Guess what?
What?
I'm live on YouTube right now, so you're talking into my microphone. Do you want to say hi to everybody?
Hi, everybody. I just called to tell my brother happy birthday, and I love him.
Oh, I love you too, sis. All right. Do you have anything else you want to say to put out there?
I think you're awesome, and I hope you're having a wonderful day.
Thanks. How do you feel about the Epstein files?
You know, they got to release that stuff. I don't know.
They're supposed to release more. Are we going to have more of them released?
Do you think they will?
They said they're going to. They said that they're going to end up releasing some transcripts, I believe, and a couple other things.
Yeah, well, they should. They should get that stuff out there. A lot of people want to see it.
Yep. These are facts. These are facts. All right. Oh my God.
Aww.
Somebody just said, marry me, sis. Hi, sis. Oh, that's a nice call from sister. It's so sweet. Bless you both.
Well, that's so funny. I called to tell you happy birthday, and I love you. And
I love you too.
I guess I'm telling everybody too. So.
Yeah, you told everybody. Is sis Tardio hot? We need pics.
Oh my gosh. Well, you don't work too hard, but I know that.
I won't. My sister's married, and if any of you go after her, I will personally hunt you. All right.
All right. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
All right. Sorry. I had to answer. I haven't heard from my sister in forever. We've been playing phone tag. So yeah, that's not the most professional thing, but it's my birthday, so I'm going to do whatever the hell I want, right?
اكيد هذا الحكي؟ اي والله هذا اكيد الحكي هذا الحكي بيلحق بتعرف هذا المقطع لوين راح ينتشر؟ ها؟ بكل دول العالم راح ينتشر
والله الاسرى اللي من هون بليكم درعا ما حدا عم يقرب صوبهم ولا شيء
انت قلت لي اسمه قاسم شو؟
قطعني
قاسم؟ قطعني؟ قاسم قطعني من درعا من وين من درعا؟ من اللجان يا اهلا وسهلا
Welcome.
من خطيف درعا؟
You can't smoke on YouTube, sir. Everybody knows that. Listen. Point being, they declared a jihad. They came down to go capture Druze and like run him back. They went down there. They declared the jihad because that there was prisoners taken, is what they ended up getting told. But the truth is that HTS ended up capturing the Bedouins, not HTS, but the Bedouins ended up capturing him first. You guys want to hear from another captured prisoner? This guy, he doesn't look so hot though.
اسمي شادي عيسى من المقبل.
من وين انت يا شادي؟
من قرية عتمان.
من العشاير؟
من العشاير.
انت من الامن العام، تابع للامن العام؟
اي تابع للامن العام. للحج ابو عباده.
ليش فتت على السويدان انت؟
بعثونا نقتل دروز ونحرق الدور.
قديش عطوك مصاري؟
اعطوني $300.
$300 لتفوت تحرق الدروز. وين كمشوك الشباب؟
كمشوني على الحاجز.
قديش الاعداد اللي فاتت معكم؟ اللي فاتت معك انت؟
العدد
اعداد
شيء 3 يفتنا.
طيب قتلتوا شو قتلتوا انتوا؟ وين كمشوكم الشباب؟
الحاجز قضبونا.
حاجز شو؟
الحاجز والله ما بعرف شو اسمه هذا اللي قضبونا عليه.
يلا اسمك؟
ابراهيم عبد الغفار.
من وين انت؟
حاجة.
انت لمين تابع؟
الأحرار
اللي اندمجتوا انتم مع الهيئه، مع الامن العام؟ انتوا اللي دخلتوا على صحنايا، مو هيك؟ انتوا اللي فتوا ذبحتوا الناس. شو شلت من صحنايا انت بعد ما ذبحتوا الناس؟
انا اخذت جايزة.
طيب على السويدة لهون شو جابك؟
ولا
بعثوك على السويدة. ما عرف فايت على السويدة، فايت سيران على السويدة انت؟ مين شيخك انت؟
ابو نادر الخروف.
ابو نادر الخروف من وين؟
حرسة.
من حرسته؟ فايت لتجاهد بالسويدة انت؟ جيب سيارة هسه، فايت سيران لتجيب سيارة؟
Oh, look, he's one of the nut jobs that was in one of the vehicles I ended up showing you guys the other day. You guys get the point. They ended up declaring a jihad, grabbing people, giving them money, and telling them to go into the city and murder Druze. This is your confirmation. And there's one, it's one thing to deny it. It's another thing to legitimately see it. Snifzerjin. From a no one to a someone, happy birthday, Matt. I sincerely appreciate you bringing to the table here. Keep speaking the truth. I greatly appreciate you, friend. Thank you very much. Sir, thanks a lot. Happy birthday. Christopher Hincliffe, like you say, Matt, every time there's a girl, is the guy come out of the cracks. I told you guys, man, it's like there's a bunch of creepers that are watching this channel. Y'all are just sitting around your basement like, come on, Matt, show a chick. I know you do like war stuff, but there's got to be a chick in there somewhere, right? Yeah, you guys get the point. These dudes are all, every single flipping one of them, they're going down in there, right? These guys are all getting paid. They're all getting told to go in there and do it, and they're all getting told to go and murder. And they're all still stacked up, waiting to freaking finish collecting their paychecks. Aim and Cast TV. Happy birthday, Matt. It's also my birthday as well. Happy birthday, sir. It's been a good day. I hope yours as well. Thanks for all the fantastic reporting that you do. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. 2 Americans reportedly have been killed over inside there. I know we ended up talking about it. I said that there was a family that ended up getting murdered. I originally heard that they were from Oklahoma. Then somebody in the chat said that they were actually from Texas. Allegedly, these 2 men have been murdered and they're Americans. Obviously, there's no way for me to confirm that just yet. Michael Mayo coming in, gifting out 2 Speak the Truth memberships. Oh, man. Aim and Cast TV. Everybody tell Aim and Cast TV happy birthday. Just tag them in the chat and make sure you tell them happy birthday too, for crying out loud. Information right here on him. American passport on one of the men. So yeah, that sucks. Yeah. So little reports of like minor clashes, but this looks like it is, if I remember right, this is the outskirts of Suwayda. Very short video. Mighty Spatula. Gotta love that name. Our sister. That's right.
واي زيتونة. الشباب عند الكازية ضرب سالك يعني يقدرون يطلعون الحزب. الخنازير بالبناية البيضاء عليه خزانة حمر. 23.
You know, Mighty Spatula, what you ended up saying absolutely rings true. Our sister. We will take care of her. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Of all the creepers in the chat, that actually warmed my soul today. Alexander Enkoyant, do you think the only way through this mess is total bellum? Well, let me say the W word. Happy birthday. No, yeah. I mean, I really do. I really do. I think war is kind of the answer here. And even if the ceasefire holds, likely what they'll end up doing is just kind of waiting for everything to cool off, and then just going right back after it. Only reason I say that is because in April, HTS tried to do this exact same thing. and they waited for a good excuse. Like this whole kidnapping narrative, that's not a thing. This is their excuse to be able to go out and do whatever the heck it is that they want to do and murder people. So yeah, I think that war is inevitable at this point, unless something groundbreaking happens. Tom Bones says the last prisoner video, the bald guy missing most of his left arm, and it's an old injury. Oh, I missed that part. Thank you, Tom. Christian, do you think there is a possibility that the muffled response from the administration could be that they don't want more negative press from the people who were foolish in thinking that they could end all wars? Yeah, I mean, part of me does, you know, part of me thinks that. Part of me also thinks that it's Marco Rubio. I think Marco Rubio is a bit embarrassed that he removed the FTO designation from HTS. I think the other part, to be perfectly honest with you, is just how out of control everything's spinning. Hear me out here. This is, in Matt's opinion, if you guys are ready for a tinfoil hat moment, in Matt's opinion, I think the reason that all of this continues to spin out of control in the Middle East has to do with Russia, and it has to do with the support that the United States has given Ukraine. Every single bomb that the U.S. has sold to Israel that's being dropped over inside the Middle East, or every single bomb that the U.S. drops over against Iran, against the Houthis, or against any of the Iranian proxy organizations across the Middle East that gets dropped, is one less that goes to Ukraine. Every single Patriot battery, every single freaking missile, Patriot missile that defends the skies over the U.S. bases and the Middle East, that gets soaked up, that needs to get used, is one less that gets to go to Ukraine. And it slowly drains our stockpile. So it doesn't matter if we say we're going to give things to Ukraine. If we can't keep up production just for Ukraine fights alone, like for the Ukrainian fight alone, we can't keep up production. Now, I've heard that we've got plenty of bombs and plenty of missiles and stuff to send their way, and they don't have a lot of F-16s left. Right? But they still need more bombs. They need more missiles, and they're coming up with great new ways to shoot things like Hellfires. Right? But the problem is that the more they're fired over there, the less they go that way. So I think this whole thing is kind of like orchestrated to keep soaking up munitions so that they don't make their way into Ukraine. Fox McCloud. Man. Not here for the girls. I'm here for Matt. No homo. Happy birthday, homie. Sky God coming in, gifting out 20 Speak the Truth memberships. Thank you, Sky God. You're a gentleman and a scholar, sir. You know I have love for you. Mike Hoffman, becoming a true supporter. Amazing. Thank you, Mike Hoffman. And even though you've been around for a very long time, it still says that you're a brand new true supporter. Now, this video that I'm supposedly putting up over here on the screen is all of the Bedouins that are... I can't do the stupid music. All of the Bedouins that are on their way exfilling from the area. This is like HTS forces and everybody else that's like scooping them up and kicking them out. Sending them off somewhere. There's videos that are talking about how, and this is the stuff that, just so you guys know, this is getting spread around the Middle East, that's saying that the Druze are out there that is just massacring them. And even the one video that I told you guys, honestly, when I said, listen, there's one video that I saw that ended up getting reported that the Druze were actually murdering and massacring people. It ended up being Americans, of all people, that ended up getting killed in it. And they weren't Druze massacring them. It was actually HTS fighters that was doing it. So there's that. But so at that point, no, I've seen nothing credible that shows that yet. Hell yeah, he's right. They're freaking evil. Brian Dale, last week I asked you if we should give HTS a chance. You said no. You were right. Thanks, Brian. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, that's just the sad truth. And it's the same sad truth that I talked about with Jelani. Like, you know, like the Trump administration and everybody else, there's a reason I sat there and I said, this is an absolute no-go, right? Like, we cannot give these people a freaking like platform. We can't put them on the international community. But I want you guys to take a look at this woman over here that's got her freaking face that's been like jabbed in and beat in by HTS forces. Take a look at that. Look at her black eyes. Look at her face. They didn't murder her, but they beat the living hell out of her. And God only knows what else they did to her now. Again, I don't speak squiggly, so I can't tell you what she's saying. Soul coming in with $9.99 saying, here's some beer fund. Happy birthday, Matt. Thank you, Soul. Appreciate that, brother. Really do. But yeah, just wrap your head around that for a quick sec. Take that face in. That's not makeup, ladies and gentlemen. And those bruises that are on there, those have been around for a while. Those are deep. That stuff got done to her a couple days, if not like a week ago, right? And luckily she's back under like some healthy control. Salty Stats coming in, gifting out 5 Speak the Truth memberships. Thank you, Salty Stats. Now I'm going to take your guys' attention. I'm going to shift you real quick. We're going to go from over here to where the Druze are at, where the ceasefire appears to be holding for now, and we're going to go back down and we're going to go into Gaza. You guys know for the last week, I actually reported pretty heavy on the humanitarian aid situation in Gaza. Sky God, oh, you... You don't have to remind me how old I am, Sky God. I know. Sky God gifting $41.41 just to rub dirt into the wound a little bit more. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you, Sky God. Appreciate you rubbing the dirt in. So there we go. We're going up over into Gaza. That's where we're headed to. This next video that I have coming out of Gaza, as far as the humanitarian aid situation is concerned, this actually ended up getting reported today by Ishman. I'm going to go ahead and mute this so you don't have to see it. What you're seeing here, right? And it's a very short video, so I'm just going to pause it. What you're seeing here, this is not what you would think it is. The last time I remember having people from Gaza stripped down to their underwear and up on this screen was all the way back during the early days of the war. That's what I remember, right? And there were people that ended up getting captured. The IDF was stripping them down to their underwear to make sure that they didn't have any SFS on them when they were taking them POWs. Tiller says, we should break the donation on records for Matt's birthday, $4.99. Thank you, Tiller. Sir, thanks a lot, $4.20. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. I appreciate that. Look here. Oh. Is that 420 or are you giving me like the banana for 42 years old is next up? I don't know. I son of a gun. Okay, listen, here's what happened. This is what's being reported. These are not people that the IDF has gone after and captured. That's not what this is at all. I just saw somebody say, Oxide says GWAT never ended. You are correct. GWAT is actually still ongoing, the global war on terror. What you are actually seeing is Gazans who are on their way to collect humanitarian aid. And they ended up reaching a Hamas checkpoint along the way. When they got to the Hamas checkpoint on their way out, not on their way back. When they were heading out from receiving their humanitarian aid, Hamas took the humanitarian aid from them and stripped them of their clothing. I'm going to say that again. Hamas ended up stripping these people of their humanitarian aid and stripping them of their clothing. Last time, Hamas, after these people received their humanitarian aid, had their humanitarian aid stripped from them and were stripped of their clothing and got sent back to where they came from, just like that. Now, why is that significant? Why do I bring this up? Well, number one, that's the first time I've actually seen Hamas using this tactic. Number two, ended up coming across a video by Gazawood earlier today. And let me grab that video for you real quick. Was that it? Was I just... No, that's the stupid humanitarian aid people. Ended up coming across a video by Gazawood earlier today. Where did it go? Where did it go? Where did it go? I know I didn't get rid of it. Oh, son of a gun. That's old. Hold on. It's coming. I know I put it out. I know I did. Give us 1 sec. Give it 1 sec. It's almost there. It's almost there. Here we go. Found it. This video. This is Hamas delivering humanitarian aid to the people of Gaza. Yep. Thanks for that music, right? Why is this important? Gazawood found this one. Got to give him credit, man. What do you guys find significant about this video? Vaxis 2113 coming at 5. Happy birthday, Matt. Hope you're able to get that milkshake you were talking about earlier. Vaxis, I did get that milkshake and it is sitting heavy in my stomach right now. I'll tell you that much. What do you guys find shocking about this video? Anybody? What do you guys find shocking about this? This is Hamas allegedly delivering humanitarian aid. Come on. I want you to put on your thinking caps. As we just talked about them taking humanitarian aid and stripping people down into their freaking underwear. What do we find significant about this video? Is it possibly the morbidly obese man on the left side of the screen that is delivering food to starving people? This war has been raging on for 21 months now. 21 months. If that man was even remotely malnourished, do you think he would look like that? Gary Seabach says he's fatter than me. Yep, that guy is well fed. Bingo. Dude's beefy. He's large, well fed. Thank you guys very much in the chat for confirming that. He's fat, man. He's huge. He's huge. That's the problem. They're stealing humanitarian aid. They're already fat. He's not big boned. He's literally fat, man. And he's delivering the humanitarian aid. And this is the part about this like thing that kills me. And I want to make it perfectly clear now. I know I've said it in the past that there's not like mass starvation taking place inside of Gaza, but I do believe it's getting to that point. I don't believe it's getting to that point because of Israel. I don't believe it's getting to that point because of the contractors. I don't believe it's getting to that point because of GHF. I blame the UN for it, and I'm also going to blame Hamas for it because of what I just showed you, that they're causing people, they're stealing their freaking food and stripping them naked and embarrassing them. Aimcast says, another beer on me, been watching since day one, but only recently becoming a member. Thanks for the birthday wishes. I'm jealous. A milkshake sounds great. Dude, do it, man. Do it. Get yourself a milkshake, man. It's never too late. Go get you that milkshake, man. Maybe you can have a booty like that guy's one day, you know? Just, you got to dream big. You got to dream big. Go get yourself a shake. So that's problem number one. That was problem number one, right? That we had that happen. And last week, one of the main reports that ended up coming out of GHF, specifically SRS, the security contractors on the ground, is that they actually had gone over and had brought pistols in and caused mass hysteria, causing, 20 people to get trampled while they were collecting humanitarian aid. While they were over there doing that, one of the security contractors ended up actually getting threatened that day. It's kind of a problem, don't you think? Now, Gaza deal falls through. Everybody wants to blame the IDF for it. What if I told you that maybe U.S. Envoy Adam Buller might think differently?
You said that a deal to release the remaining hostages held by Hamas in Gaza is closer than it's been before. We have heard that before. How close is a deal with Hamas? What are the remaining sticking points to get the hostages home?
I am optimistic because, look, Steve has been leaning in really closely on a deal, and he's done it with Israel. And I think post-Israel winning Iran, there's a new sense of ability to get something done. The Israelis want something done. Now, I'll tell you, because I've been with them, Hamas is very hard-headed. They've been offered many things that they should take, and it's time for Hamas to release the hostages. So I'm more optimistic than I was because all of those factors are there. We've got an A-team negotiating it. Now what I really want to see is Hamas take action. And if they don't, I'll tell you something, Israel's going to have to take some kinetic action.
You said that a deal to...
I'll tell you this much, Israel is taking kinetic action. We saw a vast increase in some kinetic action over the last 48 hours over inside Gaza. That's a fact. A huge fact. We've seen them ramping up operations a lot, and I don't even care about Hanan. I could care less. I want you guys to listen. I'm trying to remember this guy's name off the top of my head. I can't, but he used to be the spokesperson for the IDF when this war kicked off. Since then, he's kind of turned into like a political commentator and does a lot of talking. He's not in the IDF anymore, just before I air this. The real question is, how many Gazans did it take to keep him fed? All of them. Clearly, all of them. Every single one.
I would say this. I think Israel has done two things parallel. On one hand, Israel has basically walked back significant claims, and it has changed its position in negotiations, and it has agreed to things that previously it didn't agree to. Specifically, the location of Israeli troops during a ceasefire and at a possible end of a ceasefire, and showing lots of flexibility towards Hamas's position. Parallel to that, what Israel is doing on the ground, and I think you're right, what Israel is doing is indeed signaling to Hamas that if it isn't enough that Israel shows willingness to be flexible in negotiations and really wants a deal in order to get 10 live hostages home and get a ceasefire, then what the IDF is ready to do is to escalate operations and to expand both military operations in areas that so far the IDF didn't operate, and perhaps more importantly for Hamas, allow the American Gaza Humanitarian Foundation to expand its operations into new parts of Gaza, which I think is a significant threat towards Hamas, and that they're really deterred by that. So we'll see how Hamas responds. I think we can agree the people.
Okay, so we'll stop right there. Basically, what ended up happening is Israel said that we are not backing out and that our goals are going to remain the same. We're going to go over there and we're going to kill Hamas and we're not going to pull out of the Gaza Strip. Hamas turned around and said the only way they're going to agree to a ceasefire is actually an end to the war. Right. So Hamas doesn't want a ceasefire. They actually just want an end to the war. And if there's an end to the war, then they'll turn everybody over. Tiller asked, can I throw the nonprofits into the Discord? Absolutely. And how far are we off from the record? Honestly, I don't know. It doesn't show me. I'd have to go through into my viewer activity portion and sit here and add everything up. And it's a lot of work to do, man. I'm not going to lie. And then I'd have to do math. Dude eats bacon. I saw somebody said my 600-pound terrorist. I forget who it is, but you, sir, deserve a lot of credit for actually. That's right up there with the hold my Quran thing. Dirabala. IDF has been moving in hard on Dirabala. It's a new video that ended up coming out. I guess if you're over in Israel, sun's probably about to be coming up. This ended up coming out. Dirabala. These are airstrikes that were taking place over inside Dirabala. So what the heck is IDF doing in Dirabala? We don't know yet. Haven't seen like a good release from them at all. Over top of Rafah, it's actually showing a lot of different flares and things like that that are up in the sky. Al-Qassam brigades ended up coming out and saying that over near Rafah, and I'm saying this because it's what's already out there. It is not confirmed yet, but I'm still throwing it out there. Hamas is claiming another mass casualty incident after an ambush. And that following that ambush, you had other responders came in and that they ended up attacking those medical responders that ended up coming in. And then that resulted in the IDF conducting airstrikes pretty much danger close on top of those positions. Now, Hamas is claiming, or the Al-Qassam brigades, are claiming that those airstrikes were enacted because of the Hannibal doctrine, that they basically just bombed the crap out of themselves to take everybody out. Can't verify that. I haven't seen any verifiable information on that yet. Tiller, 14, 1, 13, coming in with 5 more Speak the Truth memberships. Thank you very much, sir. Greatly appreciate you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be your update across the Middle East today. I do want to bring this up and throw it out there that last night Ukraine did get heavily hammered in the city of Kiev. We ended up having a bunch of people that were sitting down in the subway stations and everything, basically hiding from all these bombings. And thank God they're as deep as they are, because it ended up saving a lot of lives. Also, Russia ended up posting a brand new video that showed their production of Shahed drones, in case anybody's curious. They ended up telling the world where that freaking facility was at. So hopefully that thing ends up getting taken out. Oh my goodness. USOB, right at the end, you end up jumping in there, just freaking dropping a big old freaking swing. I believe because your name is so long and you ended up throwing so much in there. W, don't know. I know civs are getting killed. It's terrible. I don't think that Hamas's greatest only weapon is bad news stories about Israel. I think it's going to get worse, more frequent, more exaggerated of civilian casualty numbers. Like EU leaders can't call for Hamas to surrender. They absolutely can. They should call for Hamas to surrender. They should. And, somebody ended up calling me out the other day. And before we end up going into the devotional, somebody tried calling me out the other day and saying that I haven't spoken out yet about the church over inside Gaza that ended up getting bombed. Well, I know I talked to you guys about it, and just to confirm to you guys, I also went on national TV and brought it up as well.
Hey, Grant, thanks for having me back.
All right, explain to me what you saw, what you found from the pictures, and how you came to this assessment that this was propaganda.
Yeah, so we can start with the official press release from the Latin Patriarch of Jerusalem. There's 2 different images that are on there. On the left side of that image, you have an actual picture of the church where it appears that a fraction of the shell did in fact hit it. And so there's a tiny chunk that's taken out of the top of that church. And then on the right side of that press release, it just basically shows the same side of that church, only completely and totally demolished with everything over behind it. Interesting part about it is the trees that are in the background of that portion completely gone. Everything's just missing. And And I was able to take that photo, dump it in. I found the actual, whole photo of itself, which I believe is AI generated, a really good fake. But even AI wasn't able to pick up on the fact that it was a fake. But when you start adding all of the, different things up there in the photograph, there's things in that photo that the actual patriarch had put out in their press release that do not line up with what's on the ground. And as a matter of fact, that church's leader actually held mass last night. So the church was not completely and totally destroyed. Images came out from inside of the church itself showing them conducting mass that evening.
All right. Has the Catholic Church come out and confirmed this?
No, I just went back and double checked right before I came on the program. They did not. And I just read over a recent statement out of Jerusalem, and they said the exact same, like they're doubling down on their story. They're not saying that, yes, the church was completely and totally destroyed. Obviously, that image ended up going up, but that image is what was used to draw a lot of attention to the situation floating around on X and other social media platforms that just make it look like Israel leveled the church.
All right, so here's my biggest fear. Is you got the picture. We can throw up the picture. Maybe the press release is the best one to throw up because it gives you a good example. So you've got all this, and you got me, guys? Let's put the picture up. So you got all this happening, and in the meantime, you have Hamas claiming Israel is now bombing Catholic churches, so they benefit. And quite frankly, the Catholic Church probably benefits because they're going to get all kinds of donations after this.
That is correct, Grant. You are absolutely correct. And that's not the only place we've seen some of the Hamas propaganda coming out. The private security contractors from the United States of America that are over there delivering aid to the Palestinian people inside Gaza have also come under attack within the last week. I mean, the amount of propaganda that's coming out of there is out of control, and it's getting very, very good and very hard to distinguish what's real from what's fake.
Real quick. On the screen there, you'll see this is something you put together with numbers of what are we looking at here?
Yes, sir. Yeah. So number one, over on the left side in the fake image, you can actually see a step down in the slope of the church or the slant of the church. And that doesn't exist in the actual pictures that we know of that church. And they don't appear in the picture that we can see, the one in the top left corner of the fake image that has the red border around it. That's an actual image following the strike. And you can see it's completely and totally different from the one that was actually put out. And there's several other things that are within that just don't, quite frankly, add up.
Well, great work, Matt Tardio. As always, it's a pleasure having you on. Thank you. We're trying to always put out the truth here as opposed to the fake news, which we get so many other places, not on RAV. Matt Tardio, thank you, buddy.
Thank you again, sir.
So I want to let you guys know. Hey, stop. Shush, Matt. I want to let you guys know I am here to continue to push the truth out. When things like that end up making mainstream media, you bet your butt I'm going to go on there and I'm going to correct the record, especially if it's wrong. Now, I did hear a very valid-ish type reason, depending on your morals, on why that image ended up getting put out. And I'm hoping that the Catholic Church is able to come out and correct the record soon. Don Reed comes in gifting out a Speak the Truth membership. Thank you, Don. And, of course, D. Truth Matters. How can I forget you? 3 a.m. Forge gifting out an additional 5 Speak the Truth memberships. Mike Mayo in the house gifting out 20 right smack dab in the end. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the portion of the show where if you're not a Christian, you feel free to exit. If you are, maybe you're not religious and you just want to stick around, you want to hear what the devotional is that I have picked out for the day, yeah, by all means, stick around. I mean, you're more than welcome to. I invite everybody over here to these. Now, I did tell you guys I would end up bringing these back, and I wasn't kidding when I said that I would end up bringing these back for you guys. And so that is exactly what I am doing. I am bringing back the devotionals for you guys. I am. All right. Let me grab the particular reading for this one. Let me make sure I've got this up so I don't give you the wrong reading that I'm about to go over. And if you guys were here for this morning, it's going to be the exact same one. But I think it's a very important message that I think everybody needs to kind of understand, especially in today's day and age. The reading that I'm going to end up going over is from Matthew 5:44. And the reading goes as such. Says, but I say to you, love your enemies, bless those who curse you, do good to those who hate you, and pray for those who spitefully use you and persecute you. I'm going to read it one more time. But I say to you, love your enemies, bless those who curse you, do good to those who hate you, and pray for those who spitefully use you and persecute you. I think it's like especially important today that you guys keep that in mind, that you don't let that go anywhere, and that you keep it at the forefront of your mind. Sir, thanks a lot. Coming in with 2. He says, Matt, can you read Isaiah 53? Sure. Why not, man? You know what? I know the easiest way to do this. Give me 1 sec. Let me get this up. Give me 1 sec, brother. I'll read that out for you. I got no problem doing that for you, sir. Heck yeah, man. I got you, bro. I got you. All right. So obviously there's a lot that ends up going into it. I'm going to make it give me the full text. Hold on. There's some key verses that end up going into it. It's not that long, though. He who has believed what he has heard from us, and to whom has the arm of the Lord been revealed. For he grew up before him like a young plant and like a root out of dry ground. And he had no form or majesty that we should look at him, and no beauty that we should desire him. He was despised and rejected by men, a man of sorrows, and acquainted with grief. And as one from whom men hide their faces, he was despised. And we esteemed him not. Surely he had borne our griefs and carried our sorrows, yet we esteemed him stricken, smitten by God, and afflicted. But he was pierced from our transgressions. He was crushed for our iniquities. Upon him was a chastisement that brought us peace, and with his wounds we are healed. All we like sheep have gone astray. We have turned everyone to his own way, and the Lord has laid on him the iniquity of us all. He was oppressed and he was afflicted, yet he was open, not his mouth, and like a lamb that is led to the slaughter, and like sheep that before its shears is silent, so he opened not his mouth. By oppression and judgment he was taken away. And as for his generation, who considered that he was cut off out of the land and living, stricken for transgression of my people. And they made his grave with the wicked and with rich men in his death. Although he had done no violence and there was no deceit in his mouth, yet it was the will of the Lord to crush him. He has put him to grief. When his soul makes an offering for guilt, he shall see his offspring. He shall prolong his days. The will of the Lord shall prosper in his hand. Out of the anguish of his soul, he shall see and be satisfied. By his knowledge shall the righteous one, my servant, make many to be accounted righteous, and he shall bear their iniquities. Therefore I will divide him a portion with many, and he shall divide the spoil with the strong. Because he poured out his soul to death and was numbered with the transgressions. Yet he bore the skin of many and makes intercession for the transgressors. Again, that very last line. And he was numbered with the transgressors, and yet he bore the sin of many and makes intercession for the transgressors. Ladies and gentlemen, it is okay to get back to the original reading and to go over this. It is okay to pray for the souls of your enemy. And as a matter of fact, I do believe this morning that we ended up bringing that up and that we ended up praying for it and that everybody here did it. And then magically, there was a ceasefire day. Just throwing that out there. So I'm going to ask again that you guys pray and that you guys literally do that, because I do think it matters and there is power in prayer to pray for your enemies and pray for their hearts, that should they, well, you know what? Just say it. Lord, hear our prayer. Should the enemy decide to pick up their firearms again and go stand against people that literally did no wrong, should they choose to look down their sights and go after those men and women and children of that small little area in Syria, I ask that you enter their hearts. I ask that you show them and they feel your presence and that they know what they're doing is wrong, so that this ceasefire can continue and nobody else has to die. Lord, we ask you to bring the war in Gaza to a peaceful close. We ask for, honestly, triumph and victory over inside of Ukraine, and we ask the Russians to just pull out and go home. Lord, we know that there's a lot of people on the front line on both sides that have fear in their hearts tonight, that have a lot of pain, and they have a lot of anguish, and they have a lot of anger. We ask that you take those fears, pain, anguish, and anger, and that you just get rid of it, even if just for a moment, so that they can feel your presence and your peace, and that maybe, just maybe, for one day, we can have some peace on this earth, and maybe I'll be out of a job. We ask these things in Jesus' name. Amen. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure I missed some super chats when I was in there. I hope you enjoyed tonight's episode of the Speak the Truth podcast. I'm your host, Matt Tardio. I'll be back tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. As always, ladies and gentlemen, until then, I hope you guys take care of yourselves. Thank you guys for all the birthday donations and everything you've done. BC Skyman coming in at the end. Thank you for sharing the gospel, just dropping a big fat $50. Appreciate you, man. Who else did I miss in there? Who else did we miss? Mike Mayo. Folks, please respect the devotional with silence. Participate with a prayer hands. Oh, I love that, man. Michael Roush says, hey, Matt, I love your stuff. It's also my birthday. Max Roush. Happy birthday, man. I hope I didn't screw your name up, man. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, everybody. I'll see you guys in the morning. Have a good night. Nope, can't leave yet. Devin's got to keep me in. Happy birthday, Matt. Engineers clear the way. Old is just a word, bro. Thanks for cultivating a great community and narrative. Thanks for keeping God in our thoughts. Of course, man, as it should be. Good night, everybody. I hope you all have a good one.